Hi, in this video we're going to take a quick look at BubbleUs, an alternate way to organize and present information. So first thing you're going to need to do is to register and sign in, unless you'd like to just start brainstorming without. The difference here is that you're not going to be able to save. Okay, very simple program. You can see that you simply type and have some limited options here, limited but important options, bold, italics. You can do an alignment change if you want, if you're going to make your bubble a little bigger, etc. And some text size options, creating a hyperlink or adding an attachment. Okay, the attachment and several other features are only going to be available through a premium plan, so there is an upgrade. But it's a nice tool that you can use without upgrading for some simple things. So let me go get a website on brainstorming. And we'll say that this is the one that I want, so I copy that, enter the URL, give the link text, and insert it right there. Now, once you have a basic shape on the board, you simply can click plus. It'll create another one for you. Let me click off for a second. The way that shapes are going to be created is dependent on what is selected. So if I select this top level again, I can create a new shape. And I can simply do that by hitting the Tab key, and you'll notice that that shape is not connected at this level. However, if I were to click on the lower level and hit the Tab key, it's creating things on the same level of the selected item and with the same relationship. Now if you want to get rid of something, just click on it and get the X up in the upper right hand corner. To quickly create children, you would click on it, hold the Control key and hit Enter. And you can see that that's now created a child to that. And if I do it again, it'll create a child to that. Okay, so it's a good way to brainstorm ideas, to show organizational structure, etc. There's an option to download. You can save it as a JPEG, a PNG, or as an HTML outline. Gives you a full screen view, and you could use this with some kind of screen capture if you wanted as an alternate way to get the image. Use your sliders to recenter. And what we're looking at now is creating this image outside of a login. So actually, I find that to be extremely important, especially when working with younger students, because they don't need to create accounts. Now, they will need to finish and save their work in a single sitting. You certainly can sign into BubbleUs. Okay, and with the free version, let me go to upgrade here. It runs about $5 a month if you wanted an upgraded version, but you can see that there's a 50% discount for students and faculties and nonprofits. So if you apply, it comes down to about $2.50. This is again something that perhaps if you really use with your students a lot of the time, you could put in for your school and see if they would support that, a PTA, something like that. You see this allows for collaboration, revision histories, letting other people edit the link, etc. And kind of an unlimited amount or a large amount of storage space for a large number of mind maps that you can make. Now, it's showing me, if I go to mind maps over here, it's showing me in my account now that I've logged in the maps that I have, and you can see that I can only get 3 mind maps at a time. So basically, if I'm not paying for this, I can make up to 3, I can store them, I can revise them, I can download them. but I can't keep them for later revision if I'm going to go over 3. So one thing I can do is I could, of course, rename them. I could move them. So basically, make a new folder here, and I could put them in various locations, etc. So if I was paying for this, then I might have more of them, and the organization would be handy. With 3, it's really not much of an issue. I do have the option to share them, but I'm going to need to have, here you go, there's some embed code. These are really not viable options if you're using the free account because you're limited to so few. You can make a copy. That's a very handy option if, now I've just used my third, very handy option if you have the basis of something and want to make a modified copy. And you can also delete the mind map. And essentially, if you have a free account and you're using it for projects, that would be your workflow. You would have one, you would create it, you would finish it, you would output it, and then you would delete it. Or at least once you got to 3, you'd have to start deleting to make room for other projects. Main menu on the left, if you click on your name, you have the option to upgrade. Teamwork is with a premium account. Mind maps is what we're looking at now. There's help. And then limited options on your profile and also on your preferences. Okay, so whether you want a ribbon or a floating menu, if your look is going to be shiny or dull, etc. So some small number of options. Okay, but you can play around with those if you find the tool useful. So as I said, great little project. One of the advantages I see is that students can work on this in a single session without needing an account or logging in, and a great way to model brainstorming, organizing ideas, outlining, etc.